Well, welcome to talk 11A, my 60-second summaries. Again, as with talk 10, I've split into two. 10A refers to the Industrial Revolution and to the missionaries and the effect of Christianity in the last 200 to 300 years. The Industrial Revolution we'll start with because it has had such an amazing effect. There's no doubt about it. Our world has changed dramatically. And the Industrial Revolution started in Britain, but has spread around the world. And I think one of the key features of the Industrial Revolution that's often forgotten about is it broke up the family. Before that, the domestic system was very much centered around the family working in the home, and everybody worked together on the common economic good. With the Industrial Revolution, people went off to factories, and parents went to different factories. Children themselves also went to a factory. Later on, they went to school, but essentially the family was broken. However, one can talk negatively about the Industrial Revolution, but what it did give us was cheap products, which everyone could afford, and it increased the wealth of the world. On the downside, of course, as we know, it produces a huge amount of pollution, and it consumes vast amounts of resources. So the Industrial Revolution is a reality. Whether it's a good thing or a bad thing, leave others to judge. But the fact is it has had a very, very powerful effect, and it's worth noting. What was the effect of Christianity in this period? Well, some industrialists were Christians, and they did try to help their workers. You'd be surprised, some of the major industrialists who were Christians: Colgate, Heinz, Hartley's, Thomas Cook, obviously Cadbury's. And you look around the industrial world and you realize, why did Christians succeed? And it's often because they had high levels of integrity. They looked after their workers and they looked after their customers. And these things are going to make you successful in business because people will trust you. And they often were very generous as well. So that's in terms of industry. But Christians also had an effect in terms of sports. A quarter of the Premiership League clubs that we know today had their origin as church teams, because the churches thought it was really important to reach out to people and give them something, very often to stop them from getting drunk in the pubs. So teams like Liverpool, Everton, Aston Villa, Southampton, Manchester City, Tottenham Hotspur, all had their origins in the church. The missionary movement around the world, incredible effect in terms of providing hospitals, education. In fact, many of the languages around the world were translated, or actually had their written form, because missionaries needed to write down the Bible in a language that people understood. And so it was the missionaries who often created that written language in order to be able to translate the Bible. And it's taken an Indian Indian historian and stroke philosopher to observe just how profound Christianity has been in creating our modern world. And I do think that we need to sit back and think of the effect of Christianity on the world. And it's been abundantly positive and really helped us. And it's something we needn't be ashamed of, even though sometimes in history books it's never mentioned. Well, thank you for listening.